What up, people? You know who it is. It's your favorite cousin from the Bad Nigga Truth Podcast. And we are back here today with another crazy episode for your ass. But we're going to switch it up a little bit. I know last episode I told y'all that was going to be the end of the season, but I lied. Fuck it. What you going to do about it? Anyway, got two special cousins in here with me today. You know what I'm saying? Y'all may know who they are. Y'all may not. They definitely on the come up. So I want y'all to introduce yourselves and let the people know who y'all are, man.
How y'all doing, man? It's Charles Christ from the Hurt Bros Podcast. One of the hosts of the Hurt Bros Podcast.
I go by the name of We Love Crispy. I'm another member of the Hurt Bros Podcast, and I'm a recording artist.
Now, the problem I just had with these intros is y'all tried to play like y'all was mad cool. We're going to turn y'all up a little bit in here today, though. You know what I'm saying? Because we know how it get. But anyway, we back, man. Appreciate y'all for joining us today. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, I did have some quick hits for today, but really I don't, because Remy and Pap have been killing the timeline. Have y'all been keeping up with this back and forth shit? Like, what's up?
All I know is I'm Team Papoose. That's the only thing I can tell you. Whatever, Remy wrong. That's all I know.
Okay, what about you, man?
I think they need to settle this in the boxing ring. Get it over with.
Well, what rules are we going by in the boxing ring, though? Boxing rules or street rules?
Boxing rules.
Okay.
It can't be street rules. To make it a little fair. They both like the same height, right?
Who, Remy and Clarissa? Or Pat?
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with, if Remy and Pat were to get into it, like a straight up fist fight, I think she might get him.
Yeah, that's why it's fair. That's why it's fair. It's
I think she got him by about a good 20, 30 pounds, bro. She might.
Yeah, that's why I put them in the ring. Boom. That's why you said that, so it'll be fair. Like, it won't be one-sided.
She need to fight Clarissa, talking all that.
No, I don't think that.
That's what she really mad at. She took her knee.
You choose your battles. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that one.
Yeah, they like she won Papoose anyway, so why would they fight over him?
Yeah. Now, I would say Easy and Pat would be a good fight, but Easy already dropped him, so.
I don't know.
At least is what they say.
I don't know. I don't know, but whatever nobody say, I'm Team Papoose. You know how the ladies believe all women? Guess what? Believe all men. That's what we doing.
Hey, man, that's what I'm with.
Believe all men.
You know what I'm saying? Black love.
Except for Diddy. Except for Diddy.
The
jury is out there on Diddy. It's literally and figuratively out there for Diddy.
So I haven't been keeping up with the Diddy shit, but I've been hearing there's a lot of wild stuff coming out. Is he really doing anything that's like crazy wild, or is it just like it's just wild because it's him?
I think it's a Diddy and Casey situation. They was in a relationship. They both agreed to all this bullshit. It's supposed to be a RICO case, but there's only one person on trial. And a sex trafficking case, there's only one person on trial. And one victim, which is Casey. And she took the money.
So I'll say this. This has always been my stance, even before the trial started. Because we were like talking about it. We've been talking about it for a long time. But I'm like, I think that Diddy's going to beat the case. I think they're doing all this fanfare for no reason. They take him to court for the wrong charges. So it's like, if they wanted him for like, you know, what they want him for, what they're showing us, what this evidence, like, okay, the stuff they've been talking about is disgusting. Like, I heard one report and I was like, you know, I'm going to go ahead and remove myself from this. Like, I don't even, like, I don't know if this is a family show or what, but I don't even know if I can say what happened, but let's just say they were just saying that Cassie was with multiple partners, and they were finishing on her, and she was rubbing it on Diddy's nipples or something like that. So that's when I was like, you know what? That's when I was like, you know, I'm going to go ahead and remove myself from this. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what type of ritual or whatever they got going on, but I'm going to go ahead and I already know, you know what I'm saying? And then they can tell me now. Like, use your imagination from just that little excerpt.
Being too freaky, bro.
Like,
I feel bad for the husband, though, bro. Because imagine if this was certain stuff she didn't tell him. Yeah, he just like,
finding out reports too is crazy,
bro.
But what if he doing his own little freak offs, but it's like not Diddy version, but she's like, what if she turn him out? Like, hey, bro, that's a lifestyle that she lives. Like,
look, at this point, this shit out in court though. Your girl just did.
Nah, she had to already tell him. Like, if she didn't tell him before court,
not everything, bro. Not everything.
She didn't tell him everything.
Finding out.
You like,
no, I have to be there with the lawyer. I need to be there because if I'm just finding this out, we have a problem. Like, we have a serious problem. You did what? With who? So your body count in the thousands? You
don't do that no more?
So your body count in the thousands?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me your body count was in the thousands. You just say you fucked Diddy.
I didn't know you was that freaky.
Oh, my bad.
You cussing me, man?
You told me you was shy. You freaky.
Yeah, it's like she, she Cassie, like her music and stuff, like her image is more like, sensual. It ain't like it's overtly sexual. It ain't like out there, but he just like
she was camouflaging that shit.
Yeah.
But what I say, like, I mean, everything, a lot of things that I say is gonna be controversial, but I just feel like we looking at the wrong things. It's like these are things that she must have consented to. It's not like someone put a gun to her head and said, "Hey,
married for 7 years,
do
and
this."
came back to the dude.
Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I need you to do this. You got to do this, or I'm they was just like, yo, this is what I want you to do. People do things in relationships that they don't necessarily want to do all the time. You know what I'm saying? They be 2:00 in the morning. Your girl asks you to go get her some water. You don't feel like doing it, but you're gonna do it though.
Yeah, you ain't got nothing in the house. You gotta go to the store and get it.
Like, so I'm saying, like, for them, like we don't know what the dynamic is, and so it's just like at the end of the day, I don't know. They haven't showed like a crime yet. Like,
I haven't seen one.
Like, it just like you are a weird individual. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might need therapy and a lot of other things, but it's like
Justin Bieber, he came for it and get the telling. Then we got us a trial here. But Justin Bieber don't want to talk.
But the only reason they really is harping on the Cassie and Diddy stuff is because they have the tape of him beating their ass at the damn elevator. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, we know something happened here, so we're gonna use this to just kind of.
But it's like they're not taking him to court for assault.
Yeah.
So if they were taking him to court for assault, boom.
Makes sense.
If they were taking boom. But it's like everything, when you go to court, you gotta have a reason that you're taking that reason. They can't find other reasons why you're already in court. Like, oh no, and also this. Like, nope.
You know what I think it is? Everybody just want to know what a freak off is or what was happening at the freak off. That's what it was, and that's the only way to get y'all to talk about it.
I think actually,
I
don't want to be too conspiratorial. You know what I'm saying? Like, my views don't reflect everyone on the Hurt Rose podcast at all. But I just believe like they're normalizing a lot of things. I believe they're doing like some ritualistic type stuff because it's like, where you come up with this? You weren't the first person to do this. You know what I'm saying? This is like a ritual. And it's just something celebrities do, and it's like a whole bunch of celebrities do stuff like that. Y'all don't be hearing about all the other celebrities. Like, they be like, Omega Stallion, she had sex with this person, this person, this person. It's like they are doing that. You gotta believe it, and they not being forced.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Well, look, we're gonna get enough of them. Fuck them for now. You know what I'm saying?
We got enough of them.
Yeah, they talk enough about them. So let's get into it, man. So you know what I'm saying? I do know some people who have dubbed y'all. Excuse me. As kind of the voice of the young people, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's big shouts to that. You know what I mean? So with that being said, there's some stuff I need to know at my old age because I don't quite understand all the stuff that be going on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So the first thing I need to ask y'all, what is a YN?
Well, I don't say the N-word, but
like, what is that like specifically? Is it just a young one, or is it just like is a certain criteria?
It's a certain criteria.
YN.
Okay, talk to me.
That's a crash out at a young age. You know how back in y'all day y'all call them crash dummies?
Mm-hmm.
They call YNs now. He hoodie up, ski mask, most of the time dread head, skinny jeans on, black hoodies.
Just whatever.
Yeah.
Black forces, all that.
Yeah. Sometimes he might got on some Louis V's. They dress nice now.
No, but look, you know what I found out?
What's up?
The YNs be they be on DH Gate and they be on like getting all these off. Like the stuff that look real, but ain't. That's what they be on. They get all their clothes.
Is DHK still the off-brand stuff? I thought China exposed that. Like, yo.
It's still the off-brand. Well, it is because basically what people do on DHgate is they'll buy the same fabric and then they'll print the same exact logo on the same fabric, but it's still not from them technically.
I got you.
So it's like, and then they'll sell it for like $20, a $120 t-shirt for $20.
Smart YN is. If you apply this shit to school, a YN can graduate and become a doctor. They be making 3D printed switches and all kind of shit.
It's I call it Y energy. Y energy.
Y energy.
They got a certain energy to them.
That's
like,
a new one.
When they walk in the building, it's like, oh, we got one. There's one in here. Like, hey, make sure you got all your stuff close to you. Don't piss them off.
And I be the dude like, all right, bro, it's about bedtime for me, man. So I'm gonna head out.
Bro, that really is.
Blocks, man, and packs like a bunch of burgers.
That really is. You know what I'm saying? It like and there's some of them that just dress like that. Some people that dress like that and are not YNs, but they dress like YNs, so they get thrown into that category. But I would say a YN, they scam. They just don't be too comfortable.
Nothing nice about them.
No, I mean, they still might not be bad people, you know what I'm saying? But the lifestyle that they think is cool, and they're still young enough, you know what I'm saying, they haven't learned from those lessons yet. So
instead of getting money and hustling, they worry about catching a hat. So they say no, it's catching a hat.
Yo, I just heard that, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Why you talk, man?
Yeah, get him out of there. I get it. You can get him out of there.
They don't care about the diamonds no more, the girls, the cars, they want a hat. It's crazy.
I seen that today. That was wild. I was like, okay, bro, yeah, you got it, player.
They just different these days. I would just say they are different these days.
Okay.
Much respect.
Well, y'all hear that, man. So now we all know what a YN is. If you don't live that particular lifestyle, don't call yourself that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do want to talk to y'all a little bit about y'all show, man. So, y'all got the Hurt Bros, what's it, podcast? But y'all live stream.
Right.
So, like, why did y'all choose to go that way as opposed to doing, like, something like this here? Just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So, how it originally started, it was originally supposed to be a podcast like this. Like, literally, we were just hanging out, my friends, like, all of us having a drink. I don't drink, but they were drinking. We're having a good time. We're just like talking, like literally, bullshitting. Like, yo, we should do a podcast. Blah 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 blah. They were already like my co-host and my other friend. They were talking about doing the podcast like way before. They was like, yeah, we're gonna call it Hurt Bros. So we started doing it. Like someone literally was there and they were like, yo, I got all the equipment. They were like, yo, I got everything y'all need, the camera, roadcaster, microphones here.
Oh, no. Okay.
Like, y'all just start doing the shit. So then we started doing it. And then, then we're just trying to record it like this. Okay. But then, like, we didn't really know how to edit it, like, because we were using the roadcaster and then a camera. So it was separate. So me trying to put it together,
video and audio.
Yeah, and that was like literally pissing me off. So I was like, hold on. I was like, so why don't we just live stream? And so we press start stream on Twitch, and that's just where it started taking off. Like, but it was already an idea that it was already budding. Her Bros podcast. But then I couldn't really get with editing the lips with the audio, and just was like, you know what, we got to go live, and then that's what started.
Okay. So that's how with this kind of started the same way. Like me and my homies was just like, yo, let's start a podcast. We actually started shooting in my homeboy mom's kitchen, and it was just like I ain't know nothing, like literally nothing about my phone except how to talk and text. And basically get on social media. I ain't know nothing about using cameras or nothing. So I've basically had to learn all that shit like on the fly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then it got to the point just like kind of the same thing. I was just like, yo, you know what? Let's just video this shit. And if there's a way I can convert all this stuff to audio, then we'll do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope, man. But what some of the stuff y'all stream about, and what is y'all favorite topic to stream about?
Well, I'm gonna say mine, and I'll let him say his because he might have a different one. It's really hard to say what favorite topic to stream about. My favorite thing is when we do our sit down podcast with budding artists, emerging artists. Okay. That's my favorite so far because we get to learn a lot about them. Our chat gets to experience them, and then play some of their music. We get to laugh and joke with them. It's it's bringing them to hang out with us for a couple hours. And that's one of my favorite experiences.
Okay.
I guess I got two favorite parts of the stream. I like doing the streams where we at the shows and stuff, seeing the people in the crowd look at the stream, realizing that we're live and they on camera. Everybody be real excited to see that part.
Sweet.
And then I like when we do our interview streams with business owners or somebody that's promoting something far as in the professional world, because it'd be a little bit more serious.
Okay.
We actually get to know what's going on. They giving us game on life and stuff like that.
Okay, that's what's up. So you kind of like that blend of, you know what I'm saying, going to different crowds. So it's not okay. We got our typical crowd here that we rock with, but then it's like now I'm over here in this circle, which is a little different from,
Yeah, we met the congressman at Salem High School not too long ago.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, that was lit. Yeah, the Hurt Bros was there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Shouts to Joe Smith.
Yeah, shout out Joe Smith.
You know what I mean?
Shout out Joe Smith for sure.
All right, well, I'm glad y'all did that. I'm glad you brought up music also, man, because I got a question. Again, another old nigga question. You know what I'm saying? Who are the new rap legends, man? And who should, like, somebody like me be on the lookout for? You know
That's
what I
a
mean?
hard question. So I think you would be better off asking him, because for me,
Okay.
it's still the same people that was like 10 years ago are still the ones that are the best at it.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's a lot of new artists that are really killing it. So I think
So let me ask you, but I'm gonna add a little bit of context to
Okay.
it too, right? Because see, for me, I look at legends like somebody like Nas, Jay,
right.
you know what I'm saying? I don't say Biggie, Pac, and all them because it's like that's already
Previous
cemented.
legends,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? It's like it's already there. I don't need to mention them.
Mm.
You know, look at people like that. But then you may have someone who's younger who would be like, "Yo, okay, that's cool for you, but my legend is Wayne,
Yeah,
or
Kanye.
or hell, some of them I think was even saying Cudi at one point. Like,
Yeah.
you know, these are our legends. So who are the
Okay.
new ones? You know what I'm
Well,
saying? Like,
Well, closer to that for me would be like Kanye.
mm-hmm.
I mean, you still got to give it to Drake. Kanye, Drake,
Mhm.
Kendrick, Future,
Okay.
and other than that, like it's just interchangeable. People just got their favorites, but I feel like those are the people who you heard most on the radio,
Mhm.
who you seen wearing their clothes, or who changed the game in multiple ways. Just
Mhm.
that influential. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's mine.
Okay.
For my demographic and age range, people that we consider top dogs right now is probably people like Future, Young Thug, Drake,
Okay.
NBA YoungBoy, Rod Wave,
Okay.
No Cap, Drake, of course.
No Cap is an artist.
Okay. I was like,
Yeah, No Cap is an artist.
I was like, all right.
Yeah, No
You're
Cap.
tired of just get.
Like Yachty,
Mhm.
Yachty been in the game for a while. Uzi,
Okay. Wow, you consider Yachty like a legend type? What dude maybe?
for his longevity, he been
Okay.
he's supposed to be fall off.
I mean, Yachty has actually done some things.
Hey, it's
musically.
new for me. I'm not questioning. It's just, it's, you know, it's like,
Oh yeah, Cardi.
Because the era of
I gotta add
SoundCloud rappers
Cardi.
that came out of nowhere that shook the whole music industry.
Okay, who are some of them? That did you name any already?
Yeah.
Yeah, Playboy Cardi, Lil Uzi,
Okay.
Lil Yachty, Kodak, Juice WRLD, unfortunately died.
yeah.
Tentacion.
Okay.
I can't remember
That
everybody.
rage type of music.
Then they started becoming more marketable.
I wouldn't put bro in there with Trippy Red and stuff like that. He was with their demographic.
What about Pop Smoke? I listen to Pop Smoke.
I think he's trash.
Trash? Okay.
My personal opinion.
Well, damn.
I think Pop Smoke has his demographic.
Mhm.
I've only listened to like 2 Pop Smoke songs, so
Okay.
I'm just not the person for Pop Smoke.
Mhm.
Much respect.
Rest in peace, but I don't like his music. Rest in peace, but
Yeah, like
he's
I
not
just
the
like
king of
the.
New York.
Okay.
I think he could, like, if he were to still
Trying
be
to
alive
think of names
right
like that.
now,
Mhm.
he would be running the game, like, you know.
Okay.
But that's how it always be. You know, they'd be like, oh, you know, if X was still alive, he could be like redefining rap in a certain way. You know, that's always how it is. But like, he didn't have enough time to. If you ask me, like, because you know he had something. You know what I'm saying, for sure. And then it's like all they need is to have whatever that it factor is, and then they just hone it more, and then he could have evolved to something even better. Like if he was really like learning from 50 Cent and all these other people, like they said.
Okay. That's dope. So I'm glad we're in that vein too. So now, for us the new artists that are up and coming, right? Do you still think that it's still considered mumble rap in a sense? Because I'm actually being honest, I've heard some of the younger cats. I can't keep up with all their names, but I'm noticing that it's getting more away from that style of music to actually giving you bars. They're delivered different from like a 90s type artist, but you're actually getting more bars now from the younger guys.
That's facts. I think mumble rapping is starting to go extinct, but now melodic rapping is taking over. People want to sing and rap at the same time.
Okay.
Use a lot of heavy auto-tunes like how T-Pain and them was doing it, but still trying to rap and make it sound urban or street.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna ask you a question about it real quick. How you feel about the because it comes off what you just said about the auto tune and stuff like that. The reason why I feel like I don't like the auto tune. I love the auto tune, but I don't like it at the same time is because right now we have AI, and all we're doing is training AI. Like it's AI songs that people don't know is AI. Like Cardi had 2 songs that was AI. 2 of the hottest songs on his last album was AI. And then Kanye had one. Now, he just been dropping AI music for the past, like, any songs he dropped for the past couple months have been, like, for the most part, AI. They got this thing where they can now, like, it's like a voice mask. So, like, somebody else can rap the song, and they just put, like, Kanye West's voice over it, and it just sounds like a Kanye song. Like, Playboy Cardi did that. Kanye did that. Drake did that.
Yeah, like, I'm not a fan of that. I think that's lazy artistry. But I will say this though, in a time frame where the art isn't so much respected, it's like, why care? You know what I'm saying? When you got streaming companies, and shouts, because I got a streaming account, but when you got the streaming companies and they're like, okay, we're going to pay you 1% of a penny per stream. It's like, well, why should I keep going in here putting in hard work to make music? And I'm getting a penny per stream, or less than a penny per stream. People move on from it real quick. So it's like, yo, fuck it. If y'all not going to take the time to really enjoy the music, I'm not going to take the time to make it. I can just give you a few sentences, put this out there, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't say this though. I don't think it's going to last forever, only because we still have something called timeless music. Y'all can't be
That's true.
Music that comes for the soul and heart that lasts forever.
That is true. You know what I'm saying? And I'll never go against that, but I'm just saying for the way that it's consumed now. Yeah. But it does separate though, and that's kind of why I asked you about the legends, because we hear a lot of artists come out, and then you'll see that they'll slowly start falling off. But the ones who actually make good music, they can still tour. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you ever seen the
50 Cent? He still be touring.
50. A lot of the R&B acts from like the 70s and 80s. It's like, yo, how they still going to tour? Because they got timeless music. Their fan base grew with them. They can play this until they fucking die, and even after that. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's funny that you said timeless, because The Weeknd has a song, and Cardi, they got a song that's mostly AI called Timeless.
Wow, that's mostly AI. See, I rock with The Weeknd, so it's my dude.
Yeah, he been
I like the old Weeknd.
He been doing. I like The Weeknd in general. I feel like now he's more of a
pop star.
Yeah, he's bringing a more complete product, something that you can play around anybody for the most part. Even though the themes aren't necessarily best themes, but you can still play it everywhere, because it's not obviously saying like dude doing some drugs and all this other stuff. It's still saying it, but it's not outright saying.
Like, I can't feel my face when I'm with you. Like, okay, you got a bop. And it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's like, hold
that's
on.
a cocaine song, bro. Okay, gotcha.
They won the Kids' Choice Awards.
So, all right. So another question is: do you think artists from the '90s now should be competing with the newer cats when it comes to the music space?
No. Everybody has their time, be it 1 year, 3 years, 6 years, but everyone doesn't want to hear that, because it's like the music or the vibe that you bring, either it can be something that's strong and long lasting, or it can be something that's like for a season. And it's like people just gotta really like accept, what they have, or if like someone's in their corner letting them know, because then you can get out and start investing into something else, instead of like putting all this money and time into something that should have really just been like, all right, here go how you get your bag, and this should open other doors for you. But it's not like where you should have just made it like your life.
But just keep touring your old music. You know what I'm saying? Like I love some of the the older artists that come out and put stuff out. Like I use prime example LL. He dropped was it last year, earlier this year, or something like that.
Yeah. And
it's like, bro, you got this new music, but if you go on tour, people don't want to hear the new shit. They want to hear Mama Said Knock You Out. They want to hear I Need Love. They want to hear My Radio. They want to hear the stuff you did previously, because that's what you was known for. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely understand that. And that's I actually want that hip hop question, get shit out of here. All right.
I'm about to say, hold on though. Hip hop is a good topic though, because you know we do the live streaming podcast thing, but we both do well. You know, me and Crispy, we do music as well.
Okay.
And I would just say like doing the podcast has been a great avenue for getting into those rooms.
Okay.
You know,
so it's a bridge for y'all.
Yes.
Well, it's not a bridge for me. It's like it's more than that. It's like an epicenter, and it just branches out to. It's it has so many branches out. Like it's a tree. Definitely. It's the tree.
Got you.
Yeah.
You cannot be an artist and you just recorded by it, so you gotta have some of those art. So it keeps us valuable and separated from regular artists.
You gotta have a network too.
So how were y'all introduced to hip hop? Because that was actually gonna be my next question. So how were y'all introduced to hip hop though?
That's a good question. That's a really good question because I had a love-hate relationship with hip hop growing up.
Okay. Please do tell.
Yeah, like, because, like, man, I would say one of the earliest things I remember is when I was in, like, 6th grade, and it was, like, some song was on the radio. I don't know if it was Usher or what, but I'm singing the fuck out of that song. Like, I'm really, like, you know what I'm saying? That sounds good. My mom, like, what did you just say? Like, and I'm like, I say the lyrics to her, and I'm like, she's like, what does that mean? And I'm like, I didn't know. So ever since that moment, like, I just always been, like, questioning my music. So I started listening more into the rap, and I'm like, I don't like what they're talking about. Like, I don't know anything about sex or anything. Like, I'm not going to shoot nobody. So I'm like, I just stopped listening to it. And I started listening to, like, Radio Disney, which was, like, country and alternative and just the kiddie, childish music, because I'm like, these are things that I can really identify with. But that was until like 2007, 2008, Lil Wayne, Kanye West, like when they really started going up, that's when I really, like Kanye West got me really into hip hop. It was Kanye, like Late Registration. Like literally I was walking.
Good album.
Like I was walking down the street and I just seen the CD on the ground and it was Late Registration. It was scratched up. And I put it in and I was playing it and it was like the first track, when D-Ray Davis was acting like
Bernie Mac.
Yeah. Like ever since then, I thought it was my stepdad because like, and actually my mom had the CD. She put it in. I thought it was my stepdad. I'm like, because that's how they talk, you know, the older heads. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what the hell? But then it was Kanye West, and I'm like, oh wow. And then like I was really listening to that, and that got me like getting the CDs and stuff like that, and really like tapping in.
Okay. What about you?
Pretty much grew up in hip hop and R&B. From the South, like Florida, Alabama. So we grew up listening to Bun B and guys like that, and Marvin Gaye, all them type of guys. You know, my grandma's baby, so she played R&B every Sunday through Saturday. And then my parents and my uncles and all them, they grew up on playing music and hustling music type stuff. So that kind of was instilled into us.
Okay.
At an early age, we didn't look at it as bad because people died, and if you're looking at it from the hustler standpoint, how they get the money, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So that's how we grew up.
So my question for you, growing up in the South, man, when you see like a lot of the list of, you know, let's just say top 10 or whatever, and it seems like a lot of the Southern artists get left out the mix. How do you feel about that? You know what I'm saying? Do you be like, man, I mean, he cool, but he ain't better than damn Bun B. He ain't better than Face. Like, what are we doing?
That's crazy because most of the sounds that we hear today come from the South. Like these heavy 808s and all that kind of stuff. But I understand why, because it's more vulgar down there and less marketable as far as the public appearance wise. Yeah. They probably got the talent, the soul, the gifts, but they're not marketable sometimes. Or they just too vulgar, too unprofessional. So I guess north of the border, you know, they don't rock with that all the time. Got you. So guys like Bun B or whoever from back then probably only had a 1 to 5 year stretch compared to guys at DMX lasting 10 to 15 years because of what they was, you know, what side of the border they on. Okay, definitely understand that. So let's go here too. I want to ask y'all again about some more stuff about the show. Now, I know y'all do what are called podcast parties. You know what I'm saying? I think y'all link up with Yaya for Girls Chat. Shouts to her. You know what I'm saying? Had her here too. Sure. And you know, she's kind of telling me about it. So how did those come about? And what's the goal for doing those?
Well, the podcast parties came about, you know, because shout out Creative Nation, shout out Guava Yukio. in partnership with them. Well, really, I work there.
Okay.
You know, and they're really invested in what we do. And so I just, you know, Fridays I seen a need there. I'm like, yo, it could be more people here. You know, I'm like, I got an idea. How about we do a party? You know what I'm saying? But it's based around the live stream. You know, and you know, I told WAP,
dope.
You know, and you know, I had a few other people. We talked about it, and my guy Ryan over there, he approached me like, yo, man, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And then I just tapped like a few people that I knew, like, you know, Yaya, JT over there, the girls chat. My guy Epoch House. You know, I got my team, and we started rolling from there. But you know what? I think I was incorrect. So that was actually our second podcast party. The first one we threw was in the crib. Like, it was at where we shoot podcasts. We had DJ Leak. Shout out DJ Leak. He had his DJ set in there in the crib. And then we had like 35, 40 people in the apartment. We only wanted 25, but ended up being like 40 people there. It was like a Thursday. It was a great vibe. Like, it was food there. It was drinks there. It was ladies. That was the first one. That was probably like almost a year ago or something like that. But that was like the first time, you know. But then I started, you know, working at the club, and I'm like, hold on, like, we can do that, but here.
Definitely bring that vibe to the spot.
And they just believed in it, and so that's where it came from. Well, the goal though, I want Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, I don't know if you heard of Yu-Gi-Oh. That's the club, right? Like, there's Guava and Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh's next door. It's a huge, like a beautiful club. I want to throw the podcast parties in there. Us have a section maybe on stage. Maybe have like an artist hosting. I don't know. Like, if we could swing somebody like Trey Songz. Nah. So I want to start small. I want to get like I want to maybe partner with someone like Joe Bianca, or maybe get with YSN Capo, like someone you know, who's really moving right now in the music scene. Get them to host and just host a party there in Yu-Gi-Oh. Have like 400-500 people in the building. That's my goal.
Don't get there.
Short-term goal, and then you know, maybe doing outside, thousands of people. You know,
summer's coming up, man.
Yeah.
You can knock both of them out, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. For sure. But, you know, we just go wherever it takes us, you know. Wherever it takes us. We're going to be doing artist showcase, podcast parties. We're going to be doing, like, stripper showcases. Just, you know, just showing off the different communities.
Oh, so y'all out here moving.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's up, man. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, we got cook-offs coming up. Like, you really never know what you're going to see.
Cook-offs. I know a few people that can throw down now, you know. So
hey, we can get it. Like, we got a few kitchens, you know, a few restaurants. Shout out Crave, Virginia Beach. They offered up their kitchen for us to do, you know, to live stream some cook-offs. I wanted to.
Hey, y'all cookers out there.
Yeah, we're gonna do the Philly cheese cook-off. That was gonna be great because we're gonna get Alan from Major Phillies, you know, Major Phillies. We're gonna get a few other, like, get him to get some of his connects, put that together, like some of the best restaurants around. Have a Philly cheese cook-off, 3 rounds. One of them gotta be vegan, but you know what I'm saying? That's what we're gonna do. And that one's gonna be like much bigger, but like, yeah.
Okay, dope, man. And you know what I'm saying? And also too, man, shouts to y'all. I think I was nominated last year for Bluesville?
Yeah, we were nominated.
You know what I'm saying? So shouts to that, man.
Shout out to you.
You know what I mean?
Thank you.
You know, coming up. So, and I do want to ask you this also. In your perspectives, right? You know, like we mentioned earlier, you know, kind of see y'all as the voice of the younger people. You know what I'm saying? And we always see, you know, it's always a generational talk, like, oh man, y'all generation this, y'all generation that. You know what I'm saying? And really, I always wonder, like, what do y'all think is a way that we can kind of bridge that gap between the younger and older generations, so it's not so much, I don't want to say animosity, but so much disconnect?
I got it. You go ahead and go out there.
I think stuff like this. Older people understanding our mindset and the things we like to do, so y'all can relate to us, and then vice versa. We have to take the time to understand y'all point of views of life and what y'all be doing. You know, you got an older fella doing a podcast with two young guys. Shit like that usually happens in a regular day life.
Okay.
You know, so you took the time to learn this technology, you know, which is amazing. And you was able to resonate with people like us for us to understand and have a good, genuine conversation.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. I got it. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, you know. All right.
I got a way, and it's not always easy because, like, as I've been learning, it's a lot of politics on the older end, and then on the newer end, it's more of like an inexperience or just a not understanding. And one way that I've been on is, like, unfortunately, is having a conduit, like somebody that's the bridge in between that can understand this language and understand their language, can bring both people together. Yeah. Like something, you know.
It's technology. Everybody be in tune with the same
I feel
stuff.
like you know, I feel like we're in that position even with like her bros, especially with like Go Verse and things like that, like bringing everything together. And making it palatable for everyone, and then taking the time with each to understand each other.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
definitely.
Make it
I
so
think
everybody can use.
one of the things too, man, that I noticed is a lot of us, I say, you know, late 30s, 40s, we get so caught up in every day that we forget that we were kids also. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we expect you know, the younger kids to act as we did, but we forget, okay, look, we was doing some of the same wild shit, if not wilder. We just didn't have cameras to catch it. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and I got a son that's 20, and I got my daughter's 23. And like, I kind of explained to them, and you know, like when Sexy Red came out and she was putting all her music out. And I was telling my son, I was like, fam, listen, don't let these old folks be out here lying to y'all, telling y'all we ain't had this kind of music. We did. They was playing Kaya, My Neck, My Back. You had Uncle Luke out here doing this thing, Trina and Trick Daddy. You know what I'm saying? The 504 Boys. Y'all know what song I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we had the same stuff. It was just looked at different. You know, we had the Lil Kim and all of that, the Akinellis. So it's like, I think what happens is we get caught up in now and we forget where we came from. So we make us unrelatable, and then when we try to speak, it's like it's not necessarily speaking; it's more do this, do that, like preachy. And I'm gonna let y'all know the younger kids now, they're not like us. They come up a little different. Like, nah, fuck that. You gonna respect me too. You know what I'm saying? Which is understandable because it's like, yo, everybody's struggle is different. So you know what I'm saying? But yeah,
I mean, I disagree and I agree. I agree a little bit, but I disagree a lot because the Trina and Akinelli and all that stuff, lyrically it was bad, but now they had to walk so these people could run.
Yeah.
So they are worse now. So you're not wrong. So the people aren't wrong when they're saying, "Oh, you shouldn't be like what."
Yeah, it did evolve a little.
If I say it's like out of any Sexy Red song, it's like a lyric, 4-5 lyrics you can name out of that is like just way too vulgar. It's like, and back then their too vulgar was the Lil Kim and the Trina. So yeah, it's the same.
They would say some crazy shit. Trina and Lil Kim.
Yes, but they won't saying like the stuff like Sexy Red and be saying now.
Yes, they was, bro. Trina and Lil Kim.
Yeah.
They describing how they fuck on the song.
Yeah, but they won't as vulgar with it. They won't like he
said she could make a Sprite can disappear in the mouth. Though. I was like,
no, but I think that's fine. But that's not out here saying these women now be saying they. I don't even want to say it out my mouth because it's so disgusting. Like I can't say this thing that they
Sexy Red the same person.
No, they're not because Sexy Red will be like she will do whatever she says she will do. She will just outright say it. Lil Kim and them be like, oh, she'll swallow a Sprite can. So it's like they're not outright saying it. Now it's disgusting, but it's not outright saying like now they'll just outright tell you what they gonna do and it ain't even dressing it up at all.
Biggie ain't no dress. I'm gonna suck on your daddy's dick, bro.
That was just
how vulgar do we got? How more vulgar is that?
That was just too much.
In the 90s, More vocal than they used.
That was just too
Well,
much.
that was not the time to bring that up during the Diddy trial.
There was a time with censorship. They started talking.
But look, I'm about to say you want to say that now, but they got all them like Saucy Santana rappers that say that shit 100 times, 100,000 times.
I agree with you. Look,
So that's what I mean by they said what they said. So these people now could just be wild. No,
yeah, the music way worse now. But Lil Kim and Trina, I'm just saying, I think they compare with Sexy Red.
I just think that they are, but it's like Sexy Red literally she be like, dude, he eat her butt, eat her out. You know what I'm saying? She just gonna tell you, like, they gonna dress it up like, oh,
got a real lipstick, bro. You're right.
Yeah, she'll just like Lil Kim. They'll be like, oh, like maybe like, oh, they'll say pussy juice on your face or something, but she'll be like, oh, pussy on your nose, pussy all in you. Like it's just
ass. Let me fart in your eyes.
Like
huh?
it's just another level. But they did it, and they damn sure did it.
Let me ask you this, Ashley. How do you feel about music taking a turn for the left since you've been listening to music long enough? Did you even see this coming?
Yes and no. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I seen it from the beginning, so I knew where it could get to. You know what I'm saying? And once upon a time, I was doing music. You know what I'm saying? A long time ago. Long time ago. And I remember when I first heard Miss Pretty Pussy and Water and all of that by Plies, and I was like, I was floored, because I was like, fam, I hit my homies like, yo, this the shit I be telling y'all I want to do. I want to do some nasty, filthy ass music just like this. And they was like, bro, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I knew it would get there. And I just think that what happened is, back then though, that kind of music was more underground. I think the difference now is it's a little bit more mainstream than it was back then. So like when Plies put out songs like that, or they put out their nasty songs, those was the joints you would hear like on mixtapes, on the radio, like after 11 or after 12 or whatever. Yeah. Now is, we're gonna play this, like Charles White said, we're gonna play this while the kids going to school. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh damn. So
her booty hole brown. I'm like, what the
that was that. But you know what I'm saying? So
imagine working hard as an artist and you get beat by a song, talk about Parenthood.
I didn't, and this is my thing. Certain things, like I learned now. I give up on people, like on the whole mainstream population on their music taste.
Oh yeah, like it's not even worth the argument.
Because like I'll tell you, the first time it was when Trinidad James came out. That was the first time I was like, nah. Like somebody was like, nah, he about to blow. I bet you $50. I was like, yeah, he ain't about to blow. Next day, his music video was on MTV and everyone was singing.
Hold on, that's a different story though, because he actually tapped in with people.
This was back then though, when he first popped out. Yeah. Like,
I'm gonna tell you who surprised me the most with their music career, and I'll say that was Future. Yeah. When I first heard that Tony Montana job, I was like, yo, this joint doesn't have a chance in hell. This guy is going to be done in 6 months. I promise you.
I felt the same.
And it was like, yo, hold up, he's still here?
Nah, because he got me because then I heard Turn Off the Lights. I don't know if you heard that song, but like R&B. When I heard that, I was like, hold on. Nah, he got something. I was like, that was the one. That was like that was the thing. What was Tony Montana on the same album? I don't know, but all the songs on the album, that was the one. I was like, oh nah, I think I was wrong about him. And then we started dropping, like, I like his R&B stuff more. Like, that's really, like, the songs they make for the women, like, about the women. That's the songs I like.
I will say he did get me a little bit with the Same Damn Time joint. I was like, fam, I don't like this dude, but this joint is catchy. And then he dropped the remix, and I was like, ah.
See, Tory Lanez tricked me, man, because he started off sounding just like Future. So I thought his career was going downhill. Next thing you know, he became an R&B singer, all kind of crazy shit. Yeah,
Tory Lanez is definitely a different man. That's I'm noticing that more too now with the music though. A lot more hybrid artists. Like at one point when you was a rapper singing, nah, you can't sing. You gonna sing, you gonna go call a R&B artist, or you gonna call somebody that's known for singing hooks to come sing. That was like, nah, just throw some auto-tune in this bitch, and I'm gonna rap, and I'm gonna sing and do it all myself. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's something they gotta they owe to Drake. I feel like that's something they really owe to Drake. Like we take a lot. I mean, you would say what you gonna say, Ja Rule?
I would say I would actually say Ja maybe, Bone Thugs, maybe.
Bone Thugs was a group.
They were melodic. They were melodic, but they rapped and kind of sung too. So
I know, but the fact they were a group, like that was different. But I'm saying one person being able to carry the whole song, sing the chorus, and rap. I mean, I know.
I'm gonna say, Ja Rule maybe.
T-Pain
introduced it. I think Ja Rule was the first one we saw doing it, but it wasn't appreciated once 50 started coming in and kind of stepping on it, but still doing the same thing. So I want to say maybe he made it cool for the more thug type niggas to sing and rap. But I will say probably Drake probably ran with it the most because he was probably the first one that gave you that I rap, but I'm gonna give you an R&B album type.
Drake actually out here singing his soul out.
No, he's not, though.
He is really singing.
No, he's not. He's
really the whole album of him just singing. Bro.
Well, he's not doing a good job singing. He's just doing a good enough job singing to get the job done. Like, he's not like singing as good as, say, like The Weeknd or... I like one track up there, like Somebody Loves Me. That's my shit. And I like the end of Give Me a Hug. Like, just the end part. Yeah. Like, I'm like, nah, that's really how I be feeling sometimes coming to clubs. Like, I'm not gonna lie. So, I'm gonna get him that.
All right, well, look, speaking of Drake, you know, we recently just passed the 1 year mark of the Kendrick and Drake beef.
That was quick.
For y'all, did you feel like this had an impact on music?
Absolutely not.
I think it did.
Okay.
But you go
Talk to him.
You say you didn't.
I don't think this did nothing to the music world at all.
Okay.
Remember how you were saying that people are more lyrical now? I think they're more lyrical now than they were a year ago. And I think it was because of Kendrick Lamar, like, taking over everything. And then, like, I think it was literally hand in hand. Might have been, like, not on purpose, but that's why I think it was hand in hand.
I disagree. I don't think nothing changed in the music world. This beef was bullshit. The dumbest shit I ever seen in my life. This all a scam for Kendrick Lamar to perform at the Super Bowl for the first time ever.
That was the second time, so.
Second time.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be Lil Wayne. And then Drake.
You really think it was supposed to be Wayne?
It wasn't supposed to be.
Louisiana his whole time.
Nah, they go to different. They go to different state. Don't mean that the artists.
They getting ready to do a tour for what they call the Young Money tour right before that.
Bro, have you seen the Lil Wayne show?
Yeah, I seen some of his shows.
I'm talking about a recent one.
But
so that's why he wasn't. That's not like it had nothing to do with Kendrick Lamar. It was the fact that Lil Wayne be like holding the microphone up as a penis and stuff. Like he be like just yelling and screaming.
Because a rapping nigga beefing with a singing nigga changed the hip hop community, right? We already know Drake is not competitive when it comes to actually going back and forth.
Yeah, no, that's not true because Drake won every other beef. You know, he lost to Pusha T beef, but he won the Meek Mill one.
Meek Mill, come on, bro.
We're not even gonna disrespect Meek Mill because at first I was trying to
beat him with having cracks on Meek Mill about doing such shit and all that crazy shit. Plus the music, bro.
No, bro, back to back.
When he did somebody that can actually rap like Pusha T, he got that shit smacked. An actual rapper.
Back to back actually was a decent track.
Yeah, back to back was hard. And Charged Up was hard too.
He can't beat a real thorough rapper that got no gay allegations, bro. That's the only reason why he beat Meek Mill.
So
Kendrick Lamar's straight and thorough. Kendrick straight and thorough. Pusha T is straight and thorough, bro. You see what happened. Drake cannot beat a real rapper. He's not a battle rapper. Hear what Future said.
I can't take that. You know, he won one on.
I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. From seeing this Kendrick and Drake battle reminded me of Nas and Jay-Z, right? And it was from the aspect of.
I think it was that big.
Well, what it is
people was dying behind Nas and Jay-Z.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why I say that because so you had Nas and Jay, right? Nas was kind of quiet, chilling, more of the Kendrick type rapper at the time. Jay was the mainstream dude, you know, everywhere, all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, kind of mirrors that a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, and you know they was taking shots at each other for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z came out with the takeover, which was crazy, by the way. But the only difference is now you can see everything firsthand, in real time. So it was like, okay, you got the takeover in like the summer, but you didn't get Ether till like almost at the end of the year. And it wasn't something everybody heard. It was just like, yo, this joint just killed the radio. They done dropped bombs on it. Now it's on mixtapes. That's how you got it. With this battle, this was the first time a battle was done in this capacity, whereas hey, I just dropped a song. I'm done for the night. You're done. And then the dude come right back and be like, hold up, nigga. Draw for. And he hit him with that killer, and it's like, damn. And I think that's what changed the game for that part, because if Kendrick doesn't drop Meet the Grams that same night, we don't get Not Like Us.
Not Like
It's
Us.
not gonna have that same impact.
Not Like Us was already in the top.
Yeah.
From like,
but he had to step on the work though. He said,
Yeah,
I gotta kill Family Matters before it gets to where I know it can go. Because Family Matters was fire.
I'm
gonna be honest. I couldn't listen to Drake's beefs, his responses.
Put this in perspective. When NBA YoungBoy and King Von was beefing, everybody across the nation was dying type shit. And actually impacted people in real life. When Kendrick Lamar and Drake was beefing, ain't shit changed.
Well, the streamers got off.
It's just entertainment. I'm talking about real life. What is affecting real life? It's like Tupac and Biggie was beefing. That's how big King Von and NBA YoungBoy shit was. That's more realistic.
Okay. Just because somebody died doesn't mean it's not beef.
It's not real. It's entertainment on it.
No,
but that's what I mean too. Like, I don't want nobody to die.
You know what
I'm saying?
If the shit was real, the people crashing out over their favorite artists, bro. Ain't nobody did nothing between Drake and Kendrick.
Because like,
honestly,
I'm gonna be honest. My opinion on the Drake Kendrick thing, it was. I think everything fake. I think the shit was scripted. I think they worked together. They worked together when they came up with their dishes. It's footage like it was footage of them going to the studio like 3-4 years ago. We don't know like if they could have planned this shit out then. Like I don't buy it. I feel like Drake, he had no reason to do this. Like it knocked him down from the top of the game, and I feel like only reason for him to do it is if he wanted to. Like he got tired of being the best, like running the game.
Okay,
like, he was like, it's time.
Let me ask you this: do you think he did that as a way to try to? Do you think he did that to usher in his lawsuit against his label? Basically,
the lawsuit was bullshit too.
No, because he's not going to win the lawsuit. So I feel like, and then like the way that, I just feel like that was just more like getting more people to talk about it, because at the end of the day, he don't got more money than the record label that pays him.
That is true.
So he's not gonna be able to out litigate them. So I just feel like it was just like,
he's in a slave deal. It's like, he's alright.
I mean, he cool with that. Like if you ask me, like he was cool with that, but that was just something. He just like, look, because people was like, oh, he dropped Not Like Us. Look, when Not Like Us came out, people was like, oh, he not, people that were, Drake stands were like, nah, he Kendrick making this up. I'm like, I've been seeing Drake being weird for years, but I'm like, if it's not true, then sue him for defamation right now. He could have deaded it, but I'm like, the fact that he let it run, either it's one, true, or two, he didn't want to be on top of the game anymore.
What about three, bro? He want to protect his image and seem like he's still kind of street oriented.
You not protect your image,
so
like
immediately running to the law doing defamation of character. That's definitely gonna make him seem like he lost immediately.
No, bro.
I mean, does Drake have a street image though?
Would you rather be?
He wants to be street.
Would you rather be?
Yeah, it shows he has a bullet hole type outfit on with smoke coming out.
That's supposed to be him. Be 20v1. I don't know.
But would you rather be called a street dude, but a pedo?
I'm gonna go Tupac there, bro.
No, I don't even want to be. I don't even want to be a street dude. Like I don't even that's what it come with. I don't want nobody to think I got any association with what he said that I did.
So you gotta do some
that's why I'm like,
shit. You gotta. I'm having a 20v1 with straight females posting on OnlyFans.
No, that ain't no
everybody 25 up.
No, only way to beat that is to literally defamation of character. Did it before it even became the most.
It was too late.
It's the most, like literally one of the most listened to hip hop songs of all time.
Yeah, I think he struck too late if he wanted to kill that, because by the time he did it, it already grew like 4 or 5 sets of legs.
But the way he tried to kill it wasn't a good enough reason. He was just like the label was trying to, whatever he said. He didn't say Kendrick was lying. That was not his lawsuit. So he did, like, besides on the song, he didn't deny it legally. He never denied it. Like, he did on the song, but I'm like, I would be like, nah, like, we got to go to court, because you got all these people thinking that I do this, and I don't. But I feel like he like, you know what, if I take him to court, it's gonna come out that I really am. So I'm gonna just.
Oh, ain't nobody taking a stand on me. Got you. All right, so I want to switch up real quick, man. Also to another topic I see a lot, man. And I want to ask y'all: do y'all prefer y'all women to be natural or BBL bodies?
Natural.
Okay. That's it. That's all I got.
I say when it comes to the BBL look, we got a thing. Q, my co-host, one of my co-hosts, he has a saying.
Like the BBL?
He asks the shorties. Well, no, like I don't know, probably, but he asks the shorties. He asks the shorties, is it BBL or BBW? I mean BBG, bust by guy or Brazilian butt lip. So it's like, cause you don't like some of these BBLs been looking really like. I'm gonna say they've been looking good. I'm a single man now. These BBLs been looking like realistic asses. I mean, real butt. I'm gonna just say that they've been getting away with it. I don't know now.
Some of y'all be getting y'all's done on T-Mobile.
They do though.
Don't look. Nah.
They be looking a little chicken wing, a chicken thigh.
All right. And also too, man. One last joint for y'all. When it comes to ladies now, since you mentioned you're newly single out here, you know what I'm saying? When you look for a lady, man, or when you get with a lady, do you feel like they can wear whatever they want, or should they dress more modestly?
You mean a relationship or?
Yeah, let's go relationship. When they single, I mean, it don't matter. They out there. You know
I feel like women should dress more modestly anyway. I feel like the grandma's going there to say it's wrong. You can still dress, you can still be sexy and not have your skin out. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, why you want to advertise everything? Like, why you want to show it all off? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is your boyfriend or husband got when you come home? Like, everybody else been seeing it already.
Okay. What about you, man?
I feel like, as a man, I don't really try to concern myself with a woman decides to put on her body.
Okay.
Even if she's my girl or not. But if you are my lady, I would just like for you to dress respectfully. Don't, put on something, that's going to make a bunch of dudes trying to fuck on you.
Dressing something that's going to not have me out here trying to fight a whole bunch of motherfuckers for you.
So you just said the same thing but differently.
No. She can still wear. You say you don't have no skin out. She can have no yayas out.
I mean, I ain't say she can't. I said they like to have their skin out. I'm just saying you don't have to have your skin out to be sexy. Now you can.
I like growing sexy, so
them shits to me it's like advertisements.
I like growing sexy.
It's advertisements. Now, how much is their advertising? You know what I'm saying? How much do they want somebody to come talk to them? Like, that's really what it is. Because they know the more skin they show is going to attract people. It's going to attract a certain type of people. And they're going to come a certain way. But if you still look sexy and sophisticated, dudes going to be actually scared to talk to you. They're going to think you got money. They're going to be like, oh, no, I can't even. What's the girl that ridiculous? I mean, that is what it is. Yeah, that is what it is. You can't control that, but
I just like grown and sexy.
I'm not gonna tell her what to wear, but the woman I date ain't even gonna want to like show it all off because it's like that's supposed to be mine.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Cool. Y'all got kids, man?
I do.
Okay. You got none yet?
No, sir.
That's what's up, man.
Keep it that way, man.
Yeah.
For real.
All right, so let me ask you this, man. So being a father, man, and doing what you do and stuff, with the shows and working and still doing the parties and stuff. How do you divide that time to spend time with your children also, and still have time to do what you need to do? Like, how do you divvy that up?
Right now, I get my son every other weekend. You know what I'm saying? The whole weekend. So that'll be I get him on Friday when I get off, and then we spend Friday. I ain't gonna do nothing that night. Then all the way until Saturday night. I gotta do something. I gotta go, stream or go to Guava, Yukio, go to work. So I'll drop him off for the night, and I'll come get him when I get off work, and then we'll spend the next day together. And then it's just those weekends won't be that busy. But I still will have to or if I can bring him to something, I'll bring him because I want him to see what I do.
You went to the Joe Smith joint, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the one playing with the cop playing frisbee. But you know, so I like to bring him to see like what I do. He's young, but he understands like a lot. Like he be going home talking to his mom about us, and she be mad. You know, she be mad about it. So like keep it in name. Like keep it going home talking about hurt bros. But that's just it. Like, you know, he has his time. And then as soon as I'm able, like, as soon as Hurt Bros is like 100% my full time, I'll, you know, try and get him even more. Okay. But right now, that's just how I do it. I'm able to do it.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Well, look, that's all I have for y'all today, man. Real quick, let the people know how they can get in touch with y'all if they want to check y'all out, book y'all, whatever. Go ahead.
Hey, it's Hurt Bros on Instagram, Twitter, all that. But we active on Instagram. Typically go live on Twitch. I'll say this is a new update. Nobody knows this.
Okay, exclusive.
Nah, but it don't really matter. We got suspended from Twitch yesterday, last night, for our stream last night. So, you know what I'm saying? We're about to roll it over to Kick. So if y'all tap in tonight. For this month, we're going to be doing 30 days of Kick. 30 days of Kick and Rumble probably, and streaming on X. So we're going to be giving some new platforms a try this week.
Stop coming to the streams with your ass out, all right?
No, I don't have no problem. Look, it won't the fact that they had their ass out because
Stop showing your titties.
They weren't naked. That wasn't the problem.
Oh, they was naked on the stream?
A couple streams ago.
They was wilding last night.
Send me a link to those.
No, they was wilding. I'm gonna tell you, they ain't going. We got everything, but they was wilding. You know, shout out Paris. You know, she had her P-Day celebration at Serenity 5 yesterday. That was what got us kicked.
What's a P-Day?
It was the Paris Day inspired by P Valley. So she had like this stripper vibe, and they were doing their thing. People were throwing money. They was getting. All right.
I think I seen a few clips from that.
Yeah, we violated the terms. Okay. We violated the terms. Not because it was
an accident.
Yeah, because of what we shown, but also, you know what I'm saying, there was a little, I don't know, commentary. That's what they said, but we're appealing that. But anyways, find us, go on Instagram. Instagram will have all of our updates. And then we typically stream on Twitch, but if you look up there right now, you're not gonna find us. So go ahead and type it on Kick and on GoVerse. Definitely tap in on GoVerse.
Word.
Yeah, y'all can find me.
They got the episode on GoVerse.
Y'all can find me on Instagram at We Love Crispy with a 0 at the end on all platforms. Yeah, that's about it. Where you can find me at.
All right. Well, yeah, y'all here to hear first, man. I want to appreciate y'all brothers for taking time out y'all day to sit with me.
We appreciate
you. You know what I'm saying? You know who it is. It's your favorite cousin, Bad Nigga True Podcast. Y'all know where to find us at. GoVerse TV app. Also, Instagram, B_N_T Podcast. So you go to the website, www.bntpodcast.club. Catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.